See, Finn and Thomas gonna end up going head to head, y'all. They gonna end up going head to head. Hey y'all, and welcome back to another review of Life with Chelsea. This for the Bold and Beautiful February 21st, 2023. Okay, so Finn is talking to Steffi, and he lets her know, he thinks that Thomas was making threats. Says he couldn't let him talk to her like that. I said that's right. That's right. I said, look, one thing Finn gonna do is defend his wife and protect her. I said, as he should. But look, Taylor Kane, this why you don't let people come in your house. They just told him that he had to leave, and she done invited him back, and this gonna be a whole bunch of mess. It's gonna be a whole bunch of mess. But Steffi's talking about how Hope handled everything, and she's proud of her. And I just feel like maybe that's a foreshadowing situation, because now it's gonna become, why is it that Hope can come over here whenever she get ready, but Thomas can't? And they even say, I think on tomorrow's episode, Hope's supposed to question Taylor's motive. I don't know what she gonna do, but maybe it's about this whole y'all gotta get along thing, and y'all gonna have to not let the thing with Douglas affect y'all and stuff. But yeah, Hope's supposed to be talking to Taylor and questioning her motives, I think either tomorrow or Thursday. But Hope's still talking about she misses Douglas. She's telling Brooke and Liam, and about how she missed him, and it just don't feel the same without him there. She used to him coming around and everything. She's taking it really hard. But I will say she did mention, how it wasn't just about Thomas, because he didn't want to stay with them either, and I said true. And she has been showing concern, and I talk about that. I be skipping ahead, but yeah, she's showing concern about Thomas, but she's still also saying she hope that, Steffi sticks to her word and not allow him to just come in and out and stuff. But Thomas talking to Paris about how he thought Steffi wouldn't come in between him and Douglas, and Paris basically, telling him, I thought you said she wasn't gonna keep you. How did she say it? Keep you away from Douglas any more than Hope and Liam did. I said technically they did have a good arrangement at first, and that's why I said I don't understand why they acting like Douglas just flat out said he don't want to see Thomas and stuff. But before that, they did have a lit arrangement, but at the same time they have been back and forth too much. Even Douglas said that. But yeah, Brooke tells Hope she can see Douglas whenever she wants to know how Thomas is handling all of this. And I said, will this be a problem? When she said that about not about how Thomas handling things, but you can see Douglas anytime you want, I was like, didn't Steffi just tell Thomas that he can't come over there anytime he wants, especially without calling? I said maybe Hope will call first or something. I said I wonder. Like, I really want to know, will this be a problem? Because it's gonna come down to, like what I said. How is it that Hope can come over whenever she get ready, but Thomas can't? They gonna say, oh, she didn't do what you did, but at the same time, if you don't consider all that, Douglas still chose not to go with either one of them. Douglas knows exactly what Thomas did, but he still chose to go with Steffi versus going with Hope. So they gotta also consider that, because everybody keeps talking about Thomas. Thomas this, Thomas unfit, Thomas this. Well, Hope, he didn't choose you either. But she did mention that Liam and Brooke just going back and forth with each other about Thomas. I wonder, how's he taking this? What is he thinking? What is he doing? He don't need to be nowhere near him. And I said, man, see, what Thomas need to do is get himself together, because even Steffi said she want them to build that bond back. But who knows, by then, Steffi might be attached and not want to let him go. You never know. But yeah, I said, look, the best thing he could do, don't try to see no vengeance. Don't try to get no revenge. Prove them wrong, get yourself together, and all that good stuff, and get your son back. That's the best way you could do it at this point, because they going to forever try to. Even with Deacon the other day, he was talking about Thomas, and then told Taylor no offense. And even in that moment, I knew Taylor was going to be divided, conflicted, or whatever. But yeah, I said, will this be a problem? Will boundaries be set for Hope as well? Everybody seems to think they'll have full access to Douglas at all times, which you think would be true because Thomas the dad and Hope the mom, but doesn't look like it'll play out like that. It doesn't look like it'll play out like that. And I said, if you set aside what Thomas did, and when Stephanie was talking to Thomas, she mentioned how he can't just pop up whenever he want, and the fact that Douglas just got there, so he has to get used to it. And she's his guardian. She mentioned on today's episode that she's his guardian and everything, so she has to act in his best interest. So if you consider the fact that he just moved in and all this stuff, will that same thing apply to Hope? Because Brooke just told her you can see him whatever you want. So now it's like, okay, I don't know. This gonna backfire some type of way. This definitely gonna be a problem. But yeah, they seem to think they'll have full access to Douglas at all times. And you think that, but nah. Leon says the most important thing is basically, loving Douglas, protecting him, making sure he heard and don't feel rejected. And that's basically what Steffi was saying. And he keep reminding them that's basically what Steffi's saying. He's gonna get tired of being over there. Listen, they need to go on. I'd rather see the Sheila and Deacon situation over this because it's unnecessary to me. It's very unnecessary. But yeah, Leon's just trying to comfort Hope, basically. Taylor comes over and everything. And she's like, what's wrong? So they tell her about Thomas. And then she calls him. I said, they just dismissed this man. Him and Finn already. Look, Finn don't seem like he to be played with, to be honest. Especially since he's Sheila. Look, all Finn got to do is let Sheila know and Sheila gonna handle it. Sheila gonna handle it. But yeah, I said, Finn look like he ain't to be played with at all. But yeah, I think they could have had a meet up somewhere else, considering Steffi just told her. They just told her, but that's the mama. That's their mama. So, she gonna feel some type of way in support of both of them. But Taylor calls Thomas to come to Steffi's because she doesn't want the situation with Douglas to pull their family further apart. She missed the family time and all this extra stuff. And Thomas, I forgot to write down that Thomas was talking about how he see the disappointment in her eyes and all that stuff. She said, look again, it's concern there now and all that, and she worried about them. But I knew when they were telling her about Thomas that she was going to do something or say something to try to unite them, because they was telling her about it and she had put a hand behind her head and all that. And usually when people do that whole little expression thing, they don't agree with what you're saying. And that's probably what Hope going to tell her on whatever episode it is this week. But Thomas tells Paris that Stephanie not going to keep him from his son. And he keeps saying that over and over again. I said, just don't do nothing crazy. Your best thing is just like what I've been saying about Sheila and Deacon beforehand when they first came back on the show. I said, the best way y'all can prove these folks wrong is to actually be changed. Now, Sheila was so far-fetched. But Deacon had a little hope. But they still seem to, still be getting along with him for now until they find out his involvement. But yeah, I said the best thing he could have did, they could have wrote that for Thomas. Because after he did the whole mannequin thing, not the mannequin thing, what did he do? Oh, he had Douglas keep the fact that Bertha was alive a secret. After that, they could have gone trash that whole storyline with him being crazy and all that and had him work on his parenting skills. But no, they didn't. And now we going through this again. But yeah, basically Paris was trying to comfort him, like I said before. Thomas telling him nobody gonna keep him from his son. And I said, Hope, one thing I know is Hope do, and I keep speaking on this too, Hope do be speaking up for Thomas. I got to give her that. They be so pressed about Thomas, but Douglas wouldn't stay with Hope and them either. He wouldn't stay with them either. They seem to be missing the point, and Hope mentioned it. But Hope did also say, she worried about how Thomas taking it, and if Steffi gonna keep her word and not let him come over there and get. I think maybe she just worried that Thomas would get in Douglas's head, and then he'll be like he want to live with Thomas. So I don't know. But yeah, everybody be so pressed about Thomas. That whole time they were so pressed about Thomas. They talking about his parenting skills, and he didn't choose neither one of them. He didn't choose, he didn't choose neither one of them. And they failing to miss the point. But Finn says that if things start to get out of hand, Thomas got to go. See, I told y'all, Finn don't play this type of stuff. He said he don't play none of that. He said, you ain't going to come in here with none of that. He said, I don't care if he is the brother. Finn keeps saying, I get what he's saying. He's saying they own little family, but he'd be like, he got to protect his family and Douglas. And I said, well, I get you saying your little family, as people say, they little family. But at the same time, that's still your nephew. The Steffi nephew, so he family too. But I get he's saying they own like with him, Kelly, and Hayes. That I guess that's what he's saying. But yeah, he said if things start to get out of hand, he gotta go. I said, well, you might as well dismiss him now, cause Thomas ain't gonna back down. He already said he ain't gonna let them take his son. But Taylor trying to get Steffi and Thomas to work things out, to even things out. Steffi gonna have to tell. I feel like to even things out, Steffi gonna have to tell Hope the same thing she told Thomas. If all else fails, that's what she gonna have to do. That's what she gonna have to do. Cause Douglas said out his own mouth that he was tired of the tug of war between his parents. But it's still going on. And now it's going to be a tug of war between Thomas and Steffi and then Hope. Because if they tell Hope she can't see him either right now, then it's definitely everybody gonna have him. It's still gonna be a tug of war because, right now. So I guess she did have to sign that paperwork and that means she the guardian. Wait, what was in the document to dismiss these folks' rights like that? I thought it was just about who he lives with, but they say it's deeper than that. But yeah, I say it's still gonna be a tug of war, cause now it's gonna be Thomas and Steffi, and then if Steffi sets boundary with Hope too, then it's gonna be Thomas, Steffi, and Hope, a whole tug of war. I said where Douglas gonna go then? I said that I think on yesterday's review or the other one, because he said he didn't want them doing all this extra stuff. But yeah, Douglas still upstairs in his room. I told y'all we ain't gonna see. We might see him Friday. We might see him Friday. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, the thing that I said that they missing is the fact that he didn't stay with them, neither one of them or whatever. So they all should work together. And I think Liam and Hope now was talking about that. Then Hope was like she hoped that Thomas is on the same page about doing what's best for Douglas and everything. I said right, cause if y'all don't figure things out, Douglas ain't gonna want to live with now one of y'all. Now one of y'all. So the best thing y'all can do is try to figure it out what best helps. What best helps or whatever. And then, like I said, if y'all had to straighten that out and not let him make the decision, y'all wouldn't be in that mess to begin with. Brooke keeps on reminding Hope that Douglas is her son and she'll return and all this other stuff. And I said, and also he's Thomas's son. But yeah, Hope did say she don't want to take. She know that Douglas loves his father and she don't want to just take him away. She just want him to do better. And I said right. Yeah, so even in the midst of them being in disagreement and the fact that Thomas over here thinking he got full access and all this other stuff, she still be considering him. I gotta give her that. She still be considering when that look, Brooke and Liam going back and forth about Thomas and she was like she don't want to take that from him and everything. And she wants them to have a good relationship. I said, I believe, because you secretly got feelings. I will stop saying it. I'm going to stop saying it, because y'all know I keep saying it. Because I just been watching her, and I was like, yeah, you don't act like a woman who's not into him. You just been so crazy over Liam for so long. That's what it is. That's what we going to go with, y'all. But yeah, Taylor tells Thomas and Steffi to reach down and find a love, because they going back and forth with each other about what they did. They even, like I said on, I think yesterday's review, mentioned the whole CEO thing. And I said, oh, Lord. And he talking about he was shut out of the company, shut out of the family, and they reminded him of his actions. But yeah, look at Finn's face on this thumbnail, y'all. Not the thumbnail, the picture. I said, you look, he don't play none of that stuff. None of that stuff. I said, that's right, defend your wife. But what y'all think? This gonna be some mess, ain't it? It definitely is. I don't know how long they gonna look. By the end of the week, we're gonna be on a whole nother storyline because y'all know they got Brooke over here with this young dude, and they said Friday's episode she's supposed to take a step towards moving on from Ridge. So we finna get ready to see what that's about. Yeah, and I think the other thing they said this week was that Hope is gonna talk to Taylor about her intentions about what she doing. So I don't know if she gonna find out about the whole little meeting where she trying to get them to get Stephanie and Thomas to find common ground or what. I said, see, now Brooke and her, hopefully they don't get back into it or anything, because they've been making progress and then they just decided to move in together. Well, Taylor said she will think she did say she actually considering moving in, so more than likely she gonna move in with her. But yeah, I said this gonna be some mess, and this is probably what Finn was talking about. But yeah, what else did they had about Brooke? Deacon's supposed to tell Brooke something about Ridge's secret. Something about Ridge. And maybe he gonna be on board with Brooke moving on from Ridge. Who knows? But yeah, I wasn't expecting it. But I'm interested to see how this plays out with the Hollis dude. I also want to see how Thomas, if this all fails with Taylor trying to get them to be united, what will Thomas do to get back in good with the family? Or will he, Thomas always scheming and doing something, so what will he do if they reject him? Because yeah, Taylor's trying to, I understand, because she a mother and she both their mothers. She's not just one of their mothers. So she wants them to get along and everything. So we just gonna have to see, y'all. I don't know. what would y'all rate this episode? It was okay. I'm ready to see something else. I think the Douglas storyline should end this week, and then we'll be back on something else. Oh yeah, I know what happened this week. I almost forgot. Oh crap. Maybe on tomorrow's episode. I know, y'all. I remember now. They said Bill makes a major commitment to Sheila. Yeah, I had forgot, y'all. It said Bill makes a major commitment to Sheila, and like I was saying, maybe he gonna propose to her because Katie had mentioned that she ain't got no ring on her finger. I don't see no ring on your finger and all that. And I said that would be the big commitment I would think because of the fact that they already live together. But it might be something else. But it also says Sheila keeps a secret from Bill, and probably I said what about her feelings for Deacon or what. But yeah, that's all I could think of right now. If I come up with something else or find out something else, I'll do a separate video. But that's it, y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Don't forget to comment down below and join the conversation, as well as subscribe. Again, we on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Until next time, deuces.